Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL Chapter 30A, Section 18, and pursuant to Governor Healy's March 29, 2023 revised order extending remote participation by all members in any meeting of a public body. This meeting of the Select Board will be conducted both in person and via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and our parties with a right and a requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the town's website. For this meeting, members of the public and committee members may attend the meeting in person, or for those who wish to do so remotely. For those who are not in person, every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. Pursuant to MGL 7C 30A Section 20F, to notifying the chair of the public body, any person may make a video or audio recording of an open session of a meeting of a public body, may transmit the meeting through any medium. Beginning of the meeting, the chair shall inform other attendees of any such recordings. This meeting is being recorded by the town of Barrington, Berkshire Edge, Berkshire Eagle, and other members of the public. Any member of the public wishing to speak at the meeting must receive permission of the chair. The listing of agenda items is most reasonably anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. All items may be discussed, and other items not listed may be brought up for the discussion to the extent permitted by law. A little feedback, because I think it's gone now. Okay, let's start with since we are all in person, we do not have to do a roll call attendance, so let's start with approval of minutes.
I make a motion to approve the March 1st, 2023 budget meeting minutes. I have to abstain because I was not present.
Yeah, I will be abstaining as well.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor? We don't need to do roll.
Aye.
Right.
It's 3-0 passes. Next one.
I make a motion to approve the May 10th, 2023 minutes.
Do I have a
Second.
second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Select Board's announcements, statements. Ben, Garfield,
Nothing.
Eric,
Nothing.
Lee.
Just one thing, the housing subcommittee will be meeting on Tuesday, May 30th at 5:30. We'll be reorganizing and continuing our work on housing initiatives. We hope everyone can join us.
Thank you. Town managers report.
I just have three quick updates for this evening, starting off with Houstonic Waterworks. Nothing new to report, but I will be reaching out to the five of you to schedule our next executive session very soon, so I'll reach out by email. Memorial Day, we did issue a press statement last week, but for anyone who may have missed it, our local veterans organizations will not be hosting a parade this year. And instead, we'll honor veterans at the Houstonic Cemetery at 10 a.m. and at Town Hall at 11 a.m. on Monday, May 29th. And the last item on my list is a few staff updates to share this evening. Ed May, our building commissioner, will be retiring this summer. He has served the town in this capacity since joining our team in 2007. And his last day with the town will be August 18th. So I wanted to take this opportunity to thank him for his years of service to the town and also congratulate him on his retirement. And then the last update I have here is for our library director. And I regret to inform everyone, and I'm sure most of you have already heard at this point, based on the news coverage, that our library director, Samara Klein, and our assistant library director, Talia, they've already notified the library trustees at their most recent meeting that they too will be stepping down. So I'd like to thank both of them for their service to the town and mention to the board that we'll be posting all three of those positions very shortly, as soon as we update the job descriptions and ads. So within a week or so.
Thanks, Mark.
And that's all I have.
Okay, next is licenses and permits. The Elm Restaurant for an annual weekday entertainment license at 20 Railroad Street, Great Barrington, from Monday to Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have Adrian on the line. You're unmuted if you just Want to just give a little plug for what you're doing?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, we are asking for an entertainment license. We want to do a little bit of live music on certain days. Wednesday, we want to do like a trio of jazz. And as well on the weekends, we want to do a little bit of a comedy show for brunch. And nothing major. We're not planning on doing a club or anything, late hours, nothing on that aspect.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to grant an annual weekday entertainment license to Adrian Miscango of the Elm Restaurant from Monday to Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
I'll second. I have a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, oh, you do.
Sorry, yeah, I just have a question. Just based off of your description that you just gave us now, just on the actual, on the permit, you checked off most of the boxes for like amplified music and DJs, and just curious if your plan is just to do jazz and comedy, why you checked off all that?
I guess I checked all of them just because it's a license, so I'm not planning on doing any of like live DJ or any of that. But I mean, I checked that just because he was there. I checked every single entertainment that we could possibly have, I guess.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Next one.
Thank you very
is
much.
one- Yeah, we got one more to go for you. The Sunday is different. Elm Restaurant.
yeah, sorry.
No problem. An annual Sunday entertainment license, 20 Railroad Street from 9 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Go ahead. Leslie.
I make a motion to grant an annual Sunday entertainment license to the Elm Restaurant, Adrian Miscango, from 9 a.m. to 11:59 p.m.
Second. Discussion.
Yeah. This is starting at 9, any chance you can start this at 10? It will be Sundays. There are people that live on that street. They might want to work hard Sunday, might be on a day where they might want to get a little sleep if they're working hard on a Saturday, especially if they're in the restaurant business.
Indoors, so do you think that'll make a difference?
Is it indoors?
It's indoors.
And this is
Well,
where
you can hear upstairs, I'm sure.
Sunday is your comedy, right?
Correct. Yes, and it'll be Sunday brunch only.
Right.
So just comedy, not music.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Good, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Now, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Next is Melanie Greenberg for a driveway permit application for 267 Long Pond Road.
So I open the mic for Walter.
Yeah, Walter, go right ahead.
Hello, yes. There we
Yes.
go. Not figuring out the technology here.
No problem.
I want to share a screen, or what do we need to do here?
I don't think, let's not share a screen yet. If we need to, we
Okay.
will. Just give us a little overview of the driveway permit and.
Yeah,
anything.
there's a reorganization of the property landscape, and we're looking to move the current curb cut further along the street, closer to one that exists. And we've met on site with Mr. Aberdale and John, and we've gotten an agreement, created a plan, we've staked it, they've photographed it, theoretically, they've looked at it and are supporting it. And it's a 20-foot by 40-foot at the biggest dimension along Long Pond Road, and it makes it safer. It's going to allow us to back out without going so fully into the street, which is a condition that is problematic for the present garage.
Thank you.
May-
Yeah, go ahead.
may I make a comment before
Yeah.
the motion is made? So you probably saw this in the packet, but the application is for a 20-foot opening which is 4 feet more than
Mhm.
allowable. So if you could, assuming you're gonna approve this, just acknowledge the waiver in the motion if you could, which is allowable under the current driveway bylaws.
Okay, so just mention it, because we don't have
It
that.
was
rule.
obviously the dimension discussed and agreed to on site.
Is there a way I should term it?
Yeah, I would just say, including the conditions set forth and the waiver of the maximum of 16 foot wide, 16 feet wide. Because there's another condition that the southernmost driveway be abandoned and removed from the town right away no more than 30 days after the new driveway has been installed.
Can you repeat that? No, I'm kidding. So moved. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I make a motion to approve a driveway permit application for 267 Long Pond Road to Melanie Greenberg with the conditions mentioned, including a waiver of maximum of 16 feet wide.
Second,
Discussion.
yeah, I guess, so obviously there's site visits there, everybody met and Joe, everybody feels comfortable with the 4 foot extension. I guess I know we've had a couple other permits in the past with 3 curb cuts and everything. We don't feel that all of a sudden every driveway is gonna start coming in at 20, 24 feet, 26 feet wide or anything like that.
That could happen, but you'll always have the opportunity to review them on a case by case basis.
Yeah, it's a little different here. I agree with you because Joe's not saying we shouldn't approve it, or not recommending we shouldn't approve it. He's just staying neutral on this, which
Right.
makes it a little more difficult since we didn't necessarily do a site visit and
Mhm.
we haven't really gotten anyone who's saying otherwise that it's a bad idea. But you're right, is it setting a precedent?
Right.
Yeah.
Since it is a bylaw that they put in place for, reasons, that have been discussed pretty thoroughly.
Is
Yeah.
there a reason that you went with 20 over 16 for this?
It allows us, yes, to have a little bit more maneuvering room so we don't have to back straight out. A narrower dimension it's a safer exiting. And just that 4 additional feet really is helpful to us for that. The condition currently, if you were to go there, would be you have to get fully into the street to be able to, once you're backing out of the current driveway access. So we're improving that condition.
So Joe Abbott has not looked at this, is it?
Well, he's looked at it, but
He is not making any.
right, because it's our decision. I assume Joe just said.
That's what he said. He said he would approve it, and we've shown it just exactly as we've discussed it at 20
Right.
feet.
Right.
I mean, it seems reasonable for safety reasons to do it. So I have a motion and a second. Anyone else? All in favor?
I,
It's unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Juanita O'Rourke of the Cove for the Backstage Grill requesting to amend the 2023 annual common victualler license by adding outdoor seating for approximately 50 at the northwest corner of the building at 109 Stockbridge Road. Is someone here from the Cove? Yeah, there's, need to go right in. You want to just give us a little overview of what you're planning?
Sure. So as you're facing the cove to the north, there is an area that runs along the north end and it takes the corner. And it goes and there's an exit door there as well. And we just want to put some picnic tables out there.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to grant Juanita O'Rourke of the Cove for the Backstage Grill to approve amending the 2023 annual common victualler license by adding outdoor seating for approximately 50 at the northwest corner of the building at 109 Stockbridge Road.
second,
Any discussion?
so this, this year application, just strictly for food outside.
Correct.
Nothing else. The slip I had is just a little small. I wasn't sure. At the back corner, there was a drawing, looked like there was something said on it, but. Not where the blue picnic tables are, but the red circles. I guess I just wasn't sure what that was, if it was
Is it a bar? Is that what you're asking?
yeah.
I mean, are you, you're not, yeah,
Is that what it is?
you're not planning to serve liquor outdoors?
No, sir. No, no liquor.
Thank you.
Not yet.
Right, for this permit at least.
That's
The permit
correct.
doesn't cover that, right?
That's correct.
You
Any
have the
other,
ability to serve liquor now, you'll serve liquor.
not outdoors. They do indoors, but not outdoors.
The backstage grill does.
You have,
No,
you
there's
have,
a separate bar.
you have a separate bar there.
Yeah.
They have a separate.
That's
bar.
correct.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Hi.
Unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Emily Williams of Style and Franks LLC for an annual common victualler license at 290 Main Street, Great Barrington for a hot dog cart. This is Emily's second year, so I think we've been through this too. Emily, you just want to give a shout out to what you're doing?
Yeah, same as last year. You know, the 290 block in Great Barrington, obviously between Barrington Outfitters and Tom's Toys in the alley. It's the same as last year.
Okay, thank you. Do you have a motion?
Yes, I make a motion to grant Emily Williams of Style and Franks LLC for an annual common victual license at 290 Main Street, Great Barrington for a hot dog cart.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you very much.
The Guthrie Center, 2 Van Duzenville Road, requesting 17 one-day beer and wine licenses from 6 p.m. to 11:55 p.m. on the following days. May 27th, June 3rd, June 10th, July 1st, July 8th, July 15th, July 22nd, July 29th, August 5th, August 12th, August 19th, August 26th, September 2nd, September 9th, September 16th, September 23rd, September 30th.
Mo's on the line.
Who's on the line? Okay, Mo's on the line. Great.
Oh,
You
hi,
wanna-
everyone. Hear me?
Yeah, just tell us what you're gonna do. We can hear you.
Hi, yeah, thanks for letting me speak, guys. This is for our summer concert series, as you said, beginning at the end of this month and running through September. We have some really amazing local and national acts that we're really looking forward to presenting in our community. And we're just requesting an application to serve beer and wine during those performances.
Thank you. Do you have a motion? You don't have to repeat the dates.
Okay, yes, I make a motion to recommend that we approve the 17 one-day beer and wine licenses to the Guthrie Center.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Good luck, man.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate your time.
Karen Beckwith at Great Barrington Fish and Game, 338 Long Pond Road for a one-day beer and wine license for their Father's Day lobster shoot on June 18th from noon to 6 p.m. Karen, if you want to just give a plug of what you're doing, that's fine.
Just what we do every year for our Father's Day shoots.
Okay, do you have a motion?
I make a motion to grant a one-day beer and wine license for the Father's Day lobster shoot on June 18th from noon to 6 p.m. to Karen Beckwith of Great Barrington Fish and Game.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you very much, Karen.
Thank you.
Great Barrington Land Conservancy for permission to use town roads for their annual Run for the Hills event on Sunday, October 1st, 2023.
Jane.
Yeah, Jane, go right ahead. A little shout out to
Okay.
what you're doing.
You bet. This is, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Great. This is our 13th annual Run for the Hills. It's a 5 and 10K road run. Our gracious host, the Kirkpatrick Athletic Center, lets us use their auditorium for registration. And it's really great because it provides parking and of course, the important thing, a restroom. And that's where we have our awards ceremony as well. The 10K race is starts early. It's the start point is right at the Kirkpatrick Center. It goes out to Alford Road just a little bit, then down Hurlbut Road, loops around and ends at Seekonk. 5K. We try very hard to keep people off Alford Road because we know that that's pretty well traveled. It's just a little shorter loop around. Both races end at the same ending point, and everybody returns to the Kirkpatrick Athletic Center for the award ceremony. It's been a great event, growing every year, and the community really enjoys it, and the runners really like the route.
Great, to have a motion.
I make a motion to grant the Great Barrington Land Conservancy for permission to use town roads for their annual Run for the Hills event on Sunday, October 1st, 2023.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, it ends on Seacon and then everyone walks back to Alford. Is that the plan? Or walks back to the Kilpatrick Center on Alford?
Right, we put cones out so the walkers, have a path to follow on their way back to the athletic center. So and we also hire, we do hire a policeman so that we have somebody, an enforcement type of person there during the event as well.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
You have all the necessary people for water and for the runners, if someone gets ill, if you're someone to be able to take care of that person, or if someone gets sick on the run.
Right, yep, we have water stations along the way as well. And there is, somebody in the athletic center who can, administer to anybody who is not feeling well.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you very much, Jane.
Thank you.
We had the height so far, 6 panelists and 20 attendees, those keeping track at home. New business, select board to appoint a new tree committee member. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to appoint Brooke Devida to the tree committee.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Peter, I told you 45 minutes. Do you want me to take a 20-minute break or do you want to take it? Special permit, review and recommendation to the ZBA zoning board of appeals on the special permit application from Burke Hill 777 LLC. Care of Susan Chauvel to expand an existing non-conforming residential use on the second floor of 777 Main Street, Great Barrington, in accordance with sections 5.2 and 10.4 of the zoning bylaw. Go right ahead, Peter.
Peter Pusilowski for the applicant. 777 is the building that has the bagel store and Volunteers in Medicine. Volunteers in Medicine is expanding to take all of the first floor that's not occupied by the bagel store. These people bought the property in 2016, and at that time they hired somebody to do a code review, and somehow it did not uncover that the second floor apartments had been installed without a building permit or an occupancy permit. And we're trying to correct that. The first step is to get the special permit, and then we have to deal with the building inspector on what he will require to be done to conform with the building code. So it's not a profit-making activity. There are 4 occupants of the second floor. 3 work at the bagel store, and 1 is a carpenter, and the rents are pretty nominal, but we need to legitimize it, and the first step is getting that special permit and then seeing if the requirements to upgrade it will be economic for us to go forward.
Any questions?
It's pretty straightforward.
Do I have a recommendation to the ZBA?
I make a recommendation to the ZBA on the special permit application from Burke Hill 777 LLC, care of Susan Chauvel, to expand the existing non-conforming residential use on the second floor of 777 Main Street, Great Barrington, in accordance with section 5.2 and 10.4 of the zoning bylaw.
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
And no one opposed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My select board meeting in Alfred is probably still going on.
Run.
You can make it. Okay. Citizen speak time. Yeah. Eileen, go ahead.
I just have a question. When you have your meetings, an executive session on the water company, do you have any correspondence with the company as a result of a session?
Explain just a little clearer for me.
Do you write them a letter? Do you make a request?
It's possible we could. I don't know what this, I haven't talked to Mark about what the next meeting is going to be about, but it's possible.
Have you done this at all before already?
Yes,
Oh, and you've gotten a response.
I didn't say we got a response. You asked if we wrote. We wrote, we got no response.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Claudia Shapiro, go right ahead.
We lost her.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, thanks. Claudia Shapiro, 78 Egremont Plain Road.
Claudia, your connection is terrible.
Incorporate into the record of proceedings.
Claudia,
Despite
Claudia.
repeated requests for the decision for Berkshire Aviation. Can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Despite repeated requests for the decision for a Berkshire Aviation Enterprise Incorporated, a Claudia Great Barrington Regional Airport, KGBR, a Berkshire Aviation Enterprise Flight School, or a Walter J. Claudia Airport to appeal, all the town was willing to give me was an unfinished, not dated, unsigned decision stamped, filed with the town clerk May 4th, 2023 for Berkshire Holdings, stating it does not run with the land. And I want to back up. I want to make sure this is incorporated into the record of proceedings, please. 78 Egremont Plain Road, Claudia Shapiro. The last land court docket, 22 miscellaneous 00244, filed 5/1/2023 states, on April 9th, 2023, a Sunday, the Great Barrington Selectboard granted a special permit for the continued operation of the Great Barrington Airport. I questioned the content of this docket entry at the May 10th Select Board meeting citizen speak time, to be told by the town manager, Mr. Hinsky, that it was a typo error. I questioned his judgment then, and I question it now. The entire land court action is a farce. Claiming the airport has never received approval to use the buildings and structures is directly contrary to the mandated Commonwealth of Massachusetts Office of the State Marshal Registration and Certificate of Registration that must be filed every year by April 30th, and is with Barrington Town Clerk in accordance with the provisions of MGL Chapter 148, Section Berkshire Aviation Enterprise Incorporated, address 70 Egremont Plain Road, PO Box 179, is a holder of the license granted for the lawful use of the buildings or other structures situated or to be situated at 70 Egremont Plain Road, AKA Route 71. And in bold capital letters, this permit must be conspicuously posted on the premises. On October 8th, 2010, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Office of the Attorney General, Martha Coakley, in quotations, returned with approval the amendments adopted under Article 19 recodified zoning bylaws initiated by the Planning Board. Specifically, the vote under Article 19, deleting the town zoning bylaws in their entirety and inserts new text as found in the document labeled 2010 Annual Town Meeting Zoning Bylaw, is contrary to the plaintiff's assertions in land court that the bylaw was last revised in 1974. And investigative investigative journalist Bill Sheen's Part 8, May 21, detailed history of the Great Barrington zoning bylaw. Martha Coakley of Council, co-chair, State Attorney General Investigations Practice, Foley and Hogue, the law firm representing the plaintiffs. As soon as Walter State settled February 2008, Berkshire Aviation Enterprise intentionally applied for and received state and federal funding, obligating the airport to operate for 20 years for each grant received. An intentionally committed plan in the FAA National Plan of Integrated Air General Aviation Community Business, acquiring a public willing sponsor and an airport layout plan, a legally binding contract between the airport and the airport sponsor. The same airport portrayed and being permitted through the verified land court action and why. No one wants airport expansion other than those who will benefit and the investors, beginning in 2007 with the creation of the Great Barrington Economic Development Review Team, of which Mr. Brzezinski served then in his capacity as Board of Health and now as town manager. The Economic Development Review Team, chaired by Mr. Bicciani, his partner Roger O. Goldman, attorney, and their 2010 formation of One Berkshire, founded with startup money from numerous organizations, including $300,000 from General Electric with a promise of possibly millions more. One Berkshire, listed in the 2013 master plan initiated by the planning board as an organization to work with.
Could you wrap it up, please?
I have another couple of paragraphs. An organization and law firm representing the airport, Cohen, Kinty, Valencia, and Cook, has been a Board of Alliance member since 2007 and Vice Chair Lee Davis on the Board of Directors. And that I'm asking you, Mr. Bannon, to tell the residents of Housatonic whose properties will be affected and properties downstream about the settlement agreement you signed 2/5/2020 for and on behalf of the town of Great Barrington to resolve the dispute regarding EPA's 2016 action permit modification for the rest of the river cleanup that states the settlement shall be binding. GE agrees to $55 million, which the towns of Lenox, Lee, Stockbridge, and Great Barrington, Sheffield shall distribute amongst themselves. GE agrees to remove sufficient sediment to allow for the capping of 31 acres at Rising Dam. GE shall donate the Rising Pond site as 149 acres to the town of Great Barrington or its designee to allow for conservation and or development. And GE shall release the use limitations currently effective at the adjacent Hazen Mill. And while you're at it, tell them about the undisclosed hazardous waste combustion facility that skirts the difficult public permitting process. And that I am done asking, and I am telling my immediate neighbors in the town of Great Barrington, stop slandering me. I am not, and I was never illegal in any zoning violations or a toxic waste polluter. I'm an environmental activist, truth speaker, whistleblower, owner of the end of runway 11, state and federal preempted, and the holder of the only United States Environmental Protection Agency number in the Water Quality Protection Overlay District. The root of the unfounded years of intentional lies, victimization, public persecution, ridicule, and intimidation I have been enduring by a pack of bullies based on greed and their own personal delusional false sense of power. Come clean. Tell all the numerous parties, not just from Great Barrington and Housatonic, who will be negatively impacted by the aforementioned. And thanks for giving me more than 3 minutes, Mr. Bannon.
Thank you, Claudia. Anyone else? Select board time, Ben. Garfield. Eric.
Party in the park, June 10th, 11 to 3 at the park in Housatonic. Please come. Thank you.
Please.
Yeah.
And I have nothing. Media time. Seeing done. By unanimous consent, we are adjourned.
You,